All right, look, I'm first to admit when I don't know anything, okay? I'm a human just like you. NFTs, cryptocurrency, bearishness, bullishness, I don't know what's going on right now, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna provide you with as much research as I possibly can, give you guys the highest quality information, but I'll tell you what, NFTs, for a fact, I'll say that, are about to boom. Keep watching. What's going on, everybody? Alex back with another cryptocurrency video, and what a time it is to be alive. The market is going crazy, up, down, sideways. What is it gonna do? I'm gonna try to answer that question as best as I possibly can. Now, obviously, short-term price predictions are very hard to do. It's pretty much unpredictable. I'm not claiming to know what the market's gonna do on a day-to-day time frame, but I'm not stupid and I like to keep up with my investments. So I do some technical analysis, we look at the market conditions, we look at where the money is flowing, and we make our predictions from there. Also, what I like to do is I like to go over news to look at the fundamental variables, okay? My goal here, again, I'm not trying to be 100% accurate all the time. Nobody is 100% accurate, but what I try to do is be a human. And being a human just happens to be, we have mistakes, right? So I'll go over the market, we'll look into what's going on short term, we'll look into what's going on long term, and we'll make moves from there. It just happens to be right now, NFTs are where it's at. So we'll be talking about a lot of different NFTs that are, launching and selling for large amounts of money, okay? And this is bullish for cryptocurrency in general. But if you're new to the channel, consider, smashing the like button. I am the most beautiful, handsome cryptocurrency YouTuber. I might not be the biggest, but I provide the highest quality information on the internet. And I say that because we do not accept sponsorships from coin reviews. Pretty much nobody, we do not accept sponsorships. We did this back in the day when I was like at 10 to 20K subscribers, but then I realized that it actually skews my health. Now, of course, none of this is financial advice, but I want to think in a clear state of mind. I don't want to get compensated to talk about a project. That would be unloyal to you guys, right? That would be lower quality information. I don't want any biased perspective. I'm gonna treat this like the scientific method. I wanna put it in an environment that has no other variables involved so I can isolate this and make the proper decisions. This is just the truth. And if you appreciate that, again, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's jump into the video. So as you can see here, the total market capitalization is kind of in this downward, wedge, the falling wedge, right? Now, this is a bullish reversal pattern, okay? So this is supposed to be actually kind of a good thing. I will say that. Now, I don't want to just rely on technical analysis because it's failed us multiple times. It fails us pretty much all the time. But we're going to look at Bitcoin specifically, and I'll give you a specific, depending on when you're watching this video, I'm going to give you specific kind of hey, if it passes this point, it's a good, we're good, we're going up. If it drops below, it's going to suck. But we'll go over all that stuff, of course. So the total market cap excluding BTC looks like it's kind of making a reversal as well to the upside. It looks kind of good, but is it a fake out? I don't know. It's hard. Again, like I said, the short term is very hard to tell. We'll zoom out. I'll show you some other things, but there's a specific line here. Now, this is the 1 hour. I know this looks really crazy. Let's kind of zoom out to the 4 hour, kind of show you some things. So it's been issues, right? There's been a massive issue, right? And this is what people have been screening on YouTube for a long time. As you can see here, we've been in a channel for a pretty long time. This is a bullish channel for all the way back since December 2020, right? And we broke out of that channel right here. As you can see, I'm talking about this big one, right? Excuse all the drawings. I don't feel like redrawing this. We broke out of this channel to the downside. So it's people are saying, oh, it's a downtrend. It's a downtrend. Yes, it's technically considered a downtrend when you're looking at it from a monthly perspective, maybe, or I would say more like a weekly or daily perspective, right? So yeah, we broke that to the downside. Now, the big thing I'm really watching right now, I know this is really confusing. Just bear with me here. As you can see, this line, right? Look at this line right here. We broke through here. It's showing a support, right? Support, right? Support, right? And then we broke to the downside. Now, we all know when support turns into resistance, that's a very bad thing. So that's what I'm really watching right now. I'm really watching this $53,000 level with Bitcoin. Now, this might play out in 4 hours. It might take days. Who knows? The most likely scenario, though, is that we're going to probably keep falling down. As you can see, this is a falling wedge as well. So if you look at the total market capitalization, falling wedge, look at Bitcoin versus USDT, falling wedge, okay? So that's both bullish reversals, okay? So it doesn't mean Bitcoin's gonna continue down forever. It doesn't mean it's gonna, there's some people calling for a $20,000 Bitcoin. I don't think that's likely, especially in the current situation that cryptocurrency is having, all these upgrades. And I'm gonna show you guys some of these upgrades. Ethereum's having these it literally had to upgrade. Ethereum, Cardano, there's a couple other, Cosmos literally just had an upgrade. We'll go over that towards the middle to the end of this video. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. They're capitalizing on that, right? So if it was like a super bearish trend, I mean, usually when there's a lot of code commits, when there's a lot of upgrading going on, they're doing it for a reason. They're trying to like get ahead, right? So even if in the short term, the price of cryptocurrencies, go down, I don't think it's that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, right? So again, this, in my personal opinion, it looks like it's going to break to the downside. Now, if we look in the hourly though, not really, right? We'll see. It's so like, it's going to be hard, right? But again, the specific price level is $53,208, showing as, it's played as support. Now, when support turns into resistance, guys, you guys know that's like rule number one in, technical analysis. We should break to downside. This is what I'm predicting right here. I'll leave this chart up. Let's see how correct I am. Now, a couple of things so you don't, freak out, right? Remember, we've had a couple of drops. Like this drop right here lasted 19 days. It was about a 30% drop. So if the same thing happens, we see things lining up right now. So if it happens again, right, 29%, 19 days, it looks like right here might be like, it just looks so accurate. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and try to predict the future, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I think the low would be like a $43,000 Bitcoin. That would be like the extreme low if we get that far. You see a lot of things lining up around this price range right here. I expect it to go $48,000 to $43,000. So it might be good to put some buy orders in there. I don't short the market. I try not to, sell into USD. I know a lot of people are doing that, but guys, it just doesn't make sense why people try to capitalize on the short term when if you zoom out, the long term is extremely bullish in general. Let's look at a DXY. Right? So I don't know why they always delete my charts. Trading view, you need to save my charts. Let's look on the weekly, for example. Yeah, if you look at the BLX, you can see on a longer time frame, we're doing pretty well. And there's one thing I wanted to pull up. I don't know why Trading View always deletes my my charts, but if we pull up the Bitcoin log regression, logarithmic growth curves, you guys see it right there, right? I hate when YouTubers don't show you how to do things. All right, so right here, you can see like in the longer cycle, we have some leg up, right? So we definitely have at least to 100K. This is logarithmic growth curves, long term, right? When in doubt, zoom out. Just understand right here, look, we came kind of to the halfway point, which is kind of similar to what we're doing exactly right here, right? We broke down and then we made new all-time highs. This was in 2013. So it's kind of similar, right? Look how long this one took to get to 20K. Look how short this one is. It was like kind of like a just crazy like jump up. It looks like that right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little downwards action for a couple months, and then eventually we get to the top that everybody's pretty much predicting, which is like 100K Bitcoin. Again, like I said, right now short term it looks bad, and I think it's because there was like when it comes to options trading, there's like $6 billion that are going to be coming out of contracts, so people are freaking out. They're the price of Bitcoin is going to drop, whatever the case is. But yeah, guys, come on. But bullish news are absolutely ridiculous. There's so much bullish news happening before our eyes. Ethereum, downwards channel, we're kind of looking for specifically, in my personal opinion, like right around this level. Are we going to break to the upside? Also, I would say right here would be another level, 1400. If we get to the downside, I'll probably buy some at 1400. But yeah, in general, I don't want to look like, we could look at ADA and stuff like that. We have a little trend forming. And it looks kind of good, to be honest with you. This is an ascending triangle. So ADA might be the buy. But I don't want to look in like very low altcoins right now. You want to focus specifically, in my personal opinion, on, and wow, it's broke to the upside. Wow. On a shorter time frame, this broke to the upside. This actually looks good for DOT. But on shorter time frames, but on, in times like this, I focus on like the Bitcoin, Ethereum, total market capitalization. I make my decisions there. I have a watch list of cryptocurrencies. So when the market reverses, Bitcoin starts doing well, more money starts fluctuating to market, then I'll jump back into the altcoins and make some decisions there, right? But right now, specifically, I'm focusing on these top charts to make sure, our money doesn't go to zero, right? The goal here is to make money. The goal here is not just guess. Now, a couple of news. I'm just going to go over news for the rest of the video. It's crazy what's going on right now. And then we'll go over some of the upgrades that we're talking about. The first thing, there's going to be a lot more crypto regulations, right? So we saw some regulations coming out of Europe. We saw some regulations coming out of India. It's obviously not good news, but understand in the past, there's been times where people have banned Bitcoin. Remember, it's a world currency. It's a peer-to-peer technology. So it's very hard to take things like this down. It requires the whole world to collaborate at one time. So just understand that, again, short term. Don't sacrifice the short term for the long term, if that makes sense. This is what's been really blowing my mind right now, right? Digital Asset Bank raises 37 million Series A ahead of launch, right? So there's still to this day ETFs being launched. Fidelity, right? Just there's talking about launching an ETF. There's still NFTs selling for hundreds of thousands of dollars, millions of dollars, right? Even through this bear market, that's what I want to see. When we're getting into NFTs, because that's what we're doing a lot on this channel now, understand that the money's going to be made in the projects that last through these volatile times, right? The projects that still hold up, still selling NFTs, still making money, that's going to be where, you know, I invest my money in the infrastructure and actually make it. We're developing a strategy. I'll go over it now. Major Chinese banks are now allowing people to apply for digital yuan wallets, right? Bullish news. Fundamentally, guys, in the background, so much fundamental news. Like, don't look at the short term. Look at what's going on. An NFT tied to a New York Times column is sold for nearly $560,000. $560,000, guys. $560,000. This is crazy. Like, art doesn't sell like that. Now, there's a couple upgrades. Cosmo Hub developers released Gala version 4.2.0. It's up 0.55%. Guys, it's such, you know, when people catch up to this, like, you guys are first, right? You're watching the channel, you're keeping up to date. But when people catch up to this stuff, like, it's gonna take off. There's these cryptocurrencies, layer 1 solutions, they're upgrading now. When things start to happen, when the bullishness comes back, they're gonna 20-30% in a lot of cases. This release is a critical security vulnerability found. Release line, the vulnerability doesn't put users' fund at risk. However, it could result in a chain halt. They're fixing it, etc., etc. We have Solidity being upgraded. Solidity team released version 0.8.3 on March 25th. This release fixes the Solidity optimizer caching bug presented in all previous versions of Solidity. It also includes improvements to the optimizer that can provide gas cost benefits when writing structs covering a full storage slot to storage. You guys understand the deal. I mean, we don't need to dive into it specifically. We just see ridiculous amounts of activity happening on Ethereum. They're moving fast. They're doing these you know, conference calls, AMAs, developer meetups. They're getting things done. And they actually launched another Tiku. We've been talking about this as well. The development team released version 21.3.2 of its ETH2 client. ETH2 is being developed, et cetera, fixing bugs, doing great things. Again, in the sidelines, while everybody's worried about Bitcoin's price, on the sidelines, in the background, they're upgrading protocols, trying to capitalize on this next run. Binance is also upgrading as well. They're all competing, guys. Yeah, it's crazy. And ADA is doing pretty much the same thing. Upgrading to Gaussian era, right? With smart contract capabilities. They're rolling out their roadmap like they talked about. It's up 3.14%. You know, we have holdings in some of these. Well, I don't know about you, but I have holdings in some of this. Of course, none of this is financial advice. But guys, again, I just want to be very clear. Things are happening in the background. Things are happening in the background that you might not be aware of. Everybody's worried about the price. Everybody's worried about Tesla, you know, and you know, them accepting Bitcoin, which is, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's like major fundamental news, and it pretty much went unnoticed. It didn't go unnoticed. I think people know, but it's like, I don't think people really understand the significance of that. You know, the fact that he's accepting Bitcoin now, advocating for it, one of the richest people on earth. I think he is the richest person on earth. Madness. Jack Dorsey wants to know, the entire world to know he has a clock. Basically, guys, he's been promoting Bitcoin for a long time. You know, he created Twitter. You know, he has this, you know, fund with Jay-Z, $23 million development fund. You know, guys, I don't know what you want to tell you. Elon Musk endorses DeFi in his latest tweets. I think he said, don't DeFi. So, you know, I don't know. This is a theory, but think about it this way, right? So he launches the whole, again, this is all theory, but he launches his whole, hey, I'm going to accept Bitcoin with Tesla, right? At the strategic moment, Bitcoin drops like 15%, right? So he literally launches this news, it pumps up, drops 15%, and then now people are buying Teslas with Bitcoin. He's buying low. This is his version of buying low with his company. So yeah, pay attention. We have Ray Dalio saying there's good probability that Bitcoin gets outlawed. We have to pay attention. There's been a lot of regulation talk. There's a lot of things in the background that are happening. So you can look into it for yourself. You guys, if you want me to dive deeper into regulation, I could do that. I like talking about cryptocurrencies because regulation does have an effect. But in the long term, understand that it's very hard for pretty much every country to come together and do the same thing, right? So like, for example, the only way you could take down Bitcoin with regulation is if every country came to the conclusion. If you don't believe me, go to thepiratebay.com. That's been outlawed for so long. And you could still currently get free movies, videos, pictures, whatever you want. And it's because of peer-to-peer technology that is the underlying principle of Bitcoin. So again, regulation, yes, we can get outlawed. Yes, there could be just some short-term downside pressure, but remember, we're in this for the long run. We're in for the monetary value. We're in for the properties of Bitcoin and why it is going to basically, you know, liberate people from false money. It's going to liberate the human species from government-controlled money, right? They control the monetary supply. So if they control the monetary supply, they control your time. And back in the day, they used to physically enslave you. Now they enslave you through the money. And we know this, and this is why you guys subscribe to the channel. This is why you're in cryptocurrency in the first place. And long-term, again, hold on, guys, because there will be a make or break moment, and Bitcoin, in my personal opinion, is the best chance we have at actually liberating the human species. So, okay, this is just too much inspiration talk here. If you guys want more inspiration, go follow me on Instagram. But yeah, other than that, this is probably the big FUD, right? Bitcoin traders brace for record $6 billion in options to expire Friday, which is literally today at the time I'm making this video. Yes, this might be short-term, again, downside pressure. There might be things happening that you can't control, but just understand, again, once this is done, right? Once we get to like that 43,000, if it does happen, right? Once we get that, there's gonna be no more bearish news. It's gonna slingshot. It's gonna slingshot to the upside. We're gonna make a lot of money, okay? Pay attention. New York Times, NFT goes for parabolic. PNG sells for $562,000. I don't know what you guys want me to tell you. How is this happening in the background and things are bearish? Like how? It's because people are looking at price. Price is important. I look at it too, but like it's very short term. Zoom out on your charts, people. Markets up as Microsoft NZ pension fund drives into Bitcoin. Microsoft launched, I think, some software when it comes to identifying people recently. I had it in my live stream in the Fundamental Secrets. Excuse me, there's so much news that comes out. I can't remember every freaking detail. But yeah, they're in the background. They're making things happen as well. While everybody's freaking out, that common person's freaking out, they're making money. This 96-year-old Russian futurist painting now comes with its own NFT. Guys, again, WorldStar just came out of NFT worth $165,000, right? We have huge Dapper Labs, I don't know what you want me to tell you. And if NBA getting into it, NFTs are gonna be the future. NFTs are the perfect ground for influencers to join the market. It's almost like free money for them. It's a free way to make money from their social currency. They've been oppressed for way too long. These centralized platforms are taking advantage of all these major influencers. I'm getting a lot of demand. There's a lot of big influencers hitting me up to create NFTs happening right now in the background. Understand that when all these big influencers bring their audiences to crypto, that's when retail adoption comes in. Just remember, DeFi, the DeFi summer started kind of this bull run rally thing, right? Remember in 2017, when, maybe you don't remember, but remember, Wells Fargo, or was it Wells Fargo? Oh, it was JP Morgan, excuse me, got accepted to Ethereum Alliance, started that bull run. I really anticipate that once the crowd comes in with NFTs, they start realizing the potential of these cryptocurrencies and start getting educated, this might start this next rally and maybe the final leg of this bull run. But yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you in the next one.